great. Naya Angels, just like Naya Wallet Warriors. If you want to let your opponent know that you want to win the game because your deck costs more money than theirs, this is an excellent choice. So just the average card quality is very high in this deck. The best way you can tell if your brew has decent card quality in it is if you look at your deck list and go, oh, most of the cards in this deck see play in other decks in the format. Usually that means that you're a high average card quality in your deck because these cards are seeing play in other places as well. How much money have I spent on Arena so far? A little under $1,200. And then when the new set drops, I expect to spend, I don't know, probably 200 bucks or so on packs from there. I'm also hoping that when the new set drops, if I craft every common and uncommon, I'll get to trigger the vault a couple extra times. That'll help a little bit. When you're looking at Boros Angels and think, you know what, this deck's not expensive enough, I can do better, this is the natural result. All right, all my lands are going to come into play tapped here, but that's definitely a keep. Which guild am I most excited for in the nuke set? Easily Simic. Simic is love, Simic is life. The new set releases on Magic Arena on January 17th. I'm super pumped to play some Merfolk with the new set. Thorn Lieutenant's not bad. I get to play an Angel here as well. Dragon Sword, that's sweet. So this card's probably not great in this matchup, but it does likely stop Nicol Bolas triggers from happening, so that's nice. And it sacrifices to Eldest Reborn cleanly. Adanto Vanguard's pretty good in the face of what's going on over there. I think I'm gonna bin an Angel for now. Yeah, Tristani's text does line up well into Eldest Reborn, so if they're gonna take one of our creatures, we can get them back. Tocatli slices, it dices. If they play a Niv Mizzet here, we're probably just dead. It's not a big deal. I guess it is kind of a big deal. We're probably just buried at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move along. Let's get to the next one. Just missed too many land drops there. So the last green-white Angels deck that we played featured 4 copies of Adventurous Impulse in it, and I really liked that inclusion. Adventurous Impulse is a really sweet card that adds a lot of consistency to what your deck is doing. I guess this deck has Treasure Map for a similar role, but I don't think it's quite as good as Adventurous Impulse as far as, like, especially hitting those early land drops goes. I don't think this is an Immortal Sun matchup. You find the lack of Land War Elves disturbing? Take a 10-minute break for saying something that silly. This deck has 6 untapped green sources on turn 1. Adventurous Impulse is a comment and you can't run those. Oh. Yeah, there's just like no guarantee that my opponent's on for Nicol Bolas, and like if they don't have Bolas, it's pretty embarrassing. Merry Christmas to all the residents of Hooglandia. Use these on a standard deck of your choice. Finally, may I get the request a Hooglandia special? Of course, Cesar. Thank you for the biddies. I appreciate the support. Hope you're having a good season. Hungry boy. I would love to resolve a History of Benalia while you're tapped out. Thanks. Sign me up. Chart, of course, is interesting. Grixis Dragons is like a deck that's seen like some fringe amounts of play, but it's not really an established archetype, so there's quite a bit of variation in the cards that see play in it so far. All right, this next line I like to refer to as the never beating a golden demise in a million years line. Push my chips into the center of the table. Your move. Ixalan's Binding. Rats. All right. Onward, upward, backward, forward. B. Aggressive. B. E. Aggressive. Ooh, you want to trade Z's? You do. All right. Deal. Play this. Play Forest. Sure. All right, so they're dead to removal here. I am not going to scry during my upkeep here because this way if I draw Vivien, I can cast it. I'm going to play this out so they can't just discard it from my hand, ideally. I really wish setting this upkeep stop would stop resetting. It'd be a nice fix to get at some point. Varric's unkicked. That's good for us. So they are still dead to removal, which is nice. I get 2 scries plus a draw step. I think that's good enough to keep. It's like not amazing, but I think it's in the good enough to keep range. Hey, Fatso, thanks for the 19-month free subscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I mean, I assume they didn't wait for one more land because they were dead on board. So I'll get to scry 1, flip the treasure map, have a draw step, draw for the turn, or plus draw off the treasure map. So I get a lot of looks at things here. They are dead on board if they have nothing, and I get a lot of looks at cards to help us kill them even if they have something. All right, so they have, my wife and I are taking a time out from the Xmas family argument. Could you oblige? I've got you, we've got you. So the fact that they have Varric's Bladewing in their deck, yeah, I was gonna say, I think the fact that they have Varric's on top of Nick makes me want these Lava Coils. I think I'm just gonna get rid of the Thorn Lieutenants, just like be a little bit bigger. Do I keep this? I think I keep this. I don't know. We're just like never gonna find a third land and die. I'm on the draw though. Like, I don't have that much removal in my deck, so it's not like I can like feasibly mulligan to removal spells every game. Resplendent Angel is really good with Lyra. Resplendent Angel is also a must-answer threat in once you hit enough mana to like be able to threaten to pump it. So I really like Resplendent Angel. I was laughing at the person who posted in chat that they weren't asking to get a timeout when they asked what a timeout was. They must be new here. The best way to teach you what a timeout is to just show you. We're teachers here. We're givers. It's the holiday spirit. We gave you the gift of knowledge. Bye-bye, Dino. Hopefully we hit an untapped land next turn. Let's just play this Tristani out. That's like one of the few, like, non-land draws that I'm keeping on top of my deck there. I think I just have to bottom that. I just need a piece of removal. I have to hit a binding this turn. This deck feels like it doesn't have enough ways to take Niv off the table. Passing here. So the Dragons deck tends to be a little bit worse Niv Mizzet deck because they don't quite have the critical mass of cantrip cards that things like Drake's tends to have, but our opponent did show us Chart of Course. There's a chance that they get to go crazy here. Alright, you have a counterspell? What? Deal. Huh. I'm confused, but not complaining. Confused, but not complaining. Are they dead? All right, well, that's not, it's a Christmas miracle, chat. It's a Christmas miracle. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. I think this deck needs a couple more, like, a minimum, like, 4 ways to take Niv off the table, but I'm definitely, like, you know, not really complaining too much about that. How we doing, folks? Welcome. Thanks, everybody, for dropping in today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic the Gathering 30, 40, 50 hours a week. Can I get some elves and standard deck list of your choice? Definitely, Nathaniel. I really appreciate the biddies. Thanks for the support. If you're enjoying my content, I play a ton of standard best of 3 here on Arena. I also play some Modern and Legacy on Magic Online. This deck list, and like Nathaniel just did there with the 1000-bit cheer, all the deck lists on this stream are viewer-powered deck lists. So if you're interested in getting a specific deck of your own or an archetype played on stream at some point in the future, be sure to check out bit.ly/HoogleSellout. Past subscribing and sending in deck list submissions, you can support my content by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series is a tournament series located in the Midwestern United States. In 2019, they are doing $5,000 cash tournaments every single weekend. I'm going to be playing in some of their tournaments myself here in Bloomington and Chicago, and probably the Wisconsin tournaments as well. If you're not in the Midwest and you enjoy paper Magic coverage, you can also watch their coverage every single month at twitch.tv/NRG series. Cardsphere.com will have to help you turn your cards into other cards direct with other players. There's no haggling, and they just take 1% fee off the top. inkedgaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of artwork they have on their website, such as my own Hoaglandia branded merchandise. And speaking of, I'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hoaglandia. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great Magic content on Twitch and the internet right now, and I appreciate you choosing to spend part of your time here with us. We won our first match here with the Naya Angels deck. We're heading on into the second to see how it goes from here. When the Champions Series come close, will I do a shout out to it? Yeah, their next event is going to be in Chicago on January 12th. It's a modern tournament, and I'm not sure if I'm going to make it to that one or not. Christy and I are closing on a new house January 10th, so that weekend we're probably going to be doing some moving. Hope you're having a great Christmas so far. Thank you for providing quality entertainment for those that are stuck with our family. I've given you my subscription, and in return, all I want is to be timed out. Thank you, Lil. I appreciate the biddies too. Yeah, this hand seems really good, right? So, oh yeah, this hand is double white. Yeah, this is like turn 2 Thorn, turn 3 Resplendent Angel. Real decks have curves, chat. Real decks have curves. Jeskai control, hiss. Yeah, if we were trying to get a mortgage based on my employment alone, it would basically be impossible with the type of work that I do. The income's just not consistent enough. My wife is a traditional professional. She works for a major insurance company as an analyst, so we have some flexibility there. Don't have a negate. God bless. Goes the weasel. What an interesting and skill-intensive game of Magic the Gathering. Can you tell my roommate that he should register Esper Amulet with me for the standard open at Indy? I mean, that deck is a hoot. All right, so these Tocatli Honor Guards are real bad. Tristani's probably kind of mediocre. And what are my last two cuts here? Adanto and Thorn Lieutenant are like both reasonable. Nah, I think I want Vivien and the Immortal Sun. Both of these cards are like really good in this matchup, and like if I have this in play, it's okay if I draw a blank Immortal Sun and vice versa. Yeah, trim the Ixalan's bindings. Yes, yeah, could you imagine if that was a best of one? You just like lose rank. It's tough, because like, while you obviously would love to have Ixalan's binding when they play their threat, we're the beatdown in a matchup like this, so like having a dead answer in my hand is just like a really big risk that I don't want to take. I think I'd rather just attack through cards like that more than anything. I'm gonna play Thorn Lieutenant out first here because I'd rather bait their seal away with this and then stick the Adanto Vanguard. What's going on, Snacky Snack? Thanks for the 7 months. Hope you're having a good holiday as well. Merry Christmas. Maybe I'm supposed to jam Aurelia here. This plays into a Clarion a little bit. Do you recommend going to what's a best of 3 championship? I'm not sure what you're referring to. That was the better play against Cleansing Nova, though. So I get to do this, and then hopefully I just draw lands the next 2 turns, so I can, like, curve this into a 6-drop. So pretty strong curve from us here. Like, they're down to 8, and I have both Carnage Tyrant and Banefire in my hand. So even if they need to stabilize the board, and they need to beat what I have up here. So things are looking pretty good for us here at the moment. Yeah, sure, you got it, Teferi.
Right on schedule.
I would say this is actually lethal on board if they don't have anything. I'm gonna go ahead and kill Teferi here.
Let's make another move.
I think that's worth taking a second off. I love all the angel animations in this deck. They're so great. Merry Christmas, Kodo. This card is such a thorn in control deck side. Just like, ooh, that's really good against us. That is a very interesting piece of technology. It's basically gonna double Boros Charm me, right? Whoa, really? They just took it? Okay, that's interesting. And they know Aurelia is coming down next turn. No, I was paying 4 if they blocked for sure. If they have a counterspell here, I might be in trouble. So they're forced to block here. I'm gonna put myself to 6. If they have an answer to the Aurelia, I get to just go to 2, I think, and then trade this on the attack next turn, most likely. This is fine. This means they kill this with Deafening Clarion, but this lives through Clarion, and then Banefire kills them, ideally. That bodes well for us. They have a Lava Coil here. Nope. I think I just let this happen, because then I can play this out. Haha! You've activated my trap card. Just poke him. Got him. Ha! Got him. A little bit of stumble but not die there. Not bad for having a bunch of 6-drops stuck in our hands, huh? How much longer am I going for tonight? Not much longer. It's gonna be the last deck of the day, so probably another 45 minutes to an hour or so. We've got Klutz and Matt are coming over for dinner tonight to give the boys some presents and hang out for a bit, so. Correct, yep. The classic lethal Banefires for one. I'm gonna bottom that. Looking for a land that comes into play untapped here, ideally. Hopefully they're green-black, so we can Tocatli honor guard them. Rats. You beat me to it, Pope. You beat me to it. Oh, what a beating. we didn't get to this. If we would have gotten to this on curve, we'd have locked that out too. That being said, if we could just draw 2 more lands, these Tristani Discordants are very, very good in this matchup. I assume this is about to eat a big blazing bolt. If I get to curve this into this, like, sign me up. If they want to trade these, that sounds good for me. In, ship it. Sorry, I should. That's something I've probably done before too, but that just getcha. Activated my trap card. Happy SCG added standard tournament day. That is exciting. I'm looking forward to more standard coverage. I said I hadn't been timed out before, and as a good, the swiftness of the Hoaglandia guard did not disappoint. Got on Edge Freak. Thanks for the biddies. Merry Christmas. Ooh, that's a good one. Man, if we hit a green source next turn, we get to start activating Shalai as well here. Our little bit of a fumble with the lands being tapped earlier, getting thoroughly made up for here. Yep. Goodbye, friend. I actually like boarding in the extra Tocatli Honor Guard to match up like this. I'm going to bring in a couple copies of Lava Coil at least as well. I'm going to trim Vivien Reid because she's slow. Probably the Ixalan's bindings also. Just do this. Think I like this? Let's do it. You just gotta smack him upside the head with your mythic sometimes. Just let him know who's boss. And the lie detector test determined that was a lie. I brought in Lava Coils and the extra Tocatli Honor Guard. Hey, Night with the brand new tier 3 sub. Thank you very much for that incredible generosity. I really appreciate that. Merry Christmas and happy holiday to you and yours. Remember, my tier 3 sub get to add a deck to the queue every month as a thank you for that incredible level of support. So feel free to use the forum on my website there to submit a deck and let me know that it's your December deck. Thanks for that. I really appreciate it. Oh, I wonder if they had a bunch of black cards stuck in their hand. Dwarf Lord, what a better way to celebrate Xmas than to re-up my sub. Thanks for the 4 months. Welcome back. That's true. Tocatli Honor Guard plus Tocatli plus Tristani is technically a non-bow, right? Yeah, you're right. The Adantos probably shouldn't be in my deck. I should cut these. I think that's an A+ suggestion that I should board these out. Something, baby. What's going on, Mr. Missouri? Thanks for the 9 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. This curve is absurd here. Just like 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. I assume this one's not long for this world, but hopefully Shalai and or Lyra will live and will take over the game for us. Sword Point Diplomacy. All right, so do I want to pay 3? I think I'm going to give them the creatures. And exile the Lava Coil. Especially with the Tocatli Honor Garden play. God, my words are just... My mouth is mush. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Been following you on YouTube since I heard about you from day 9. Really love your content, and honestly, it's what's helped me fall in love with the game. I'm new to Magic, and I started in November with your arena. So if you could just put the points towards a mid-rangey or control deck, that'd be great. Yeah, perfect, Nightcat. Always happy to do that. I will make a note and add a mid-range / control deck. I really appreciate the spark. Glad you're enjoying the content. And day 9's great. All right, how about an 8-point swing? How does the burn deck ever beat that? No, really? Weird. Goes the weasel. These angel decks have felt really good. We played straight green white, and we've played Naya a couple times before. I think when this archetype gains stomping ground, I think there's definitely going to be something here. I'm kind of excited to see some of the Naya-ish shells that could pop up once we have the full set of shock lands. It's pretty reasonable. Like, the one time we finally find green-black, we're just, like, not gonna have the Tocatli in our opener. Yeah, I agree. Mid-range decks like this tend to line up well against decks that are particularly aggressive, like the mono-red and the white-red aggro. Will Grawl Spellbreaker be a part of this deck? This will just probably... That's probably a different deck. The next year is going to look quite a bit different. Hinterland Harbor. Hopefully not Fog. Fog's probably a really bad matchup for this deck because this deck doesn't have discard spells or counter spells to interact on the stack or out of their hand. Just gonna have to like smack them a bunch and hope it's good enough. Oh, Merfolk. Okay, Merfolk with a bad hand. Got it. Merry Christmas, Fedmart. Well, we're stumbling, but they're stumbling more, so God bless. All right, Merfolk. I'll take all my lava coils. I probably just want as much removal as possible, right? Adanto Vanguard was like fine there because they stumbled, but I think in general this card's not going to be good enough. Vivien Reid's probably a little bit clunky too. Do I want Honor Guard against fish? Does it stop anything there? Oh, I guess they have a bunch of Explorer creatures, huh? Yeah, Honor Guard's probably fine. It's probably better than Adanto. Yeah, I like that. Let's do that. And Silver Gill Adept. Yeah, you're super right. Super right, chat. Thank you for the A+ suggestion. Tricksters too. God, this card's actually just very good against them, huh? They're like I'm like, do I cut this card? Everybody's like, but Jeff, they're mono enter the battlefield effects. That's very I agree. Listen, we're gonna become intimately familiar with Merfolk on this channel after the new set releases. I am super excited to breeding pool people. Would love any basic or shock land tiers so we can play a 2-drop on 2. Look at that. It's exactly like we drew it up. To get these going, get some removal spells. Let's beat them up. If you had a shock land instead of 2 guild gates, would you keep the Benalia on the 2-land hand? I think so, because like even if I miss my 3rd land drop, I'd be in a position where I could, what's the word I'm searching for? I'd be in a position where I could still play Magic, and like History of Benalia is such a powerful card, but just like if I wasn't playing a spell till 3, I'd probably be dead here. So I think it's really important that I dig for the untapped land. The new, like, Beast Within, Commune with Creature split card is going to be so good for Simic. And Merfolk in general. All right, well, that one's gonna die to some fire here. Definitely just have to take a lick for 6 this turn. If they have another Lord, we could be in trouble. If they don't have another Lord, we should be in a pretty good spot here. We have to go like double 2-drop next turn and be on our way. They have another Lord. I'm just taking another hit for 6 and then going dork next turn. Man, even this card gets turned off by the Honor Guard. That's so good for us. This is my 2/3. There are many like it, but this one is mine. If they have a land and then they have Kumena, we could be in a little bit of trouble. So I don't have another removal spell. Want to get this treasure map going ASAP and dig to some extra action here. Looking for either a flying threat to close the game out in the air while we keep the ground gummed up, or some more removal spells. Hey, Johnson52, thanks for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Welcome. The classic 2-1 for 1. The no animation is just like such a good detail cherry on top of a card that's like already just like a giant middle finger to some of these archetypes. All right, let's get this going. No. So we need to race their 2 power worth of unblockable dorks here, basically. Thankfully, History of Benalia is pretty good at racing, so hopefully that'll be a thing we can do here. Do I want to shock this in? I think so. Unblockables. Get our scry on. So I'm dead in 2 right now. So they get to attack for 2 and then 3 and then 3. Need to just like force trades here if possible. I think we're actually gonna lose this race here. Like they're nowhere near having to block. I mean, I don't really think what's happening here is too big of a problem for our deck, generically speaking. I think a lot of the time we have good tools to be competitive against what they're doing. They just haven't lined up well this game. We haven't found any flying creatures. Like, normally, we'd be attacking for 3 to 4 unblockable in the air every turn. Was I dead to no blocks? That's not true. They blocked 1 thing. I have 4 blockers. These have vigilance. Onward, upward, backward, forward. get back with what I did. Let's just like draw a flying creature this game. This hand's very good. Needs a red source. If this hand hits a red source by 4, this is one of our best curves possible. Good to go like 2, 3, 4, 5, just right on out. Have Tocatli on 2 to like just turn off a lot of their stuff. They mulligan to 6. Rules are for control players. That's a good one. I think I've heard that one before. Rules are for control players. Perfect. Look at that. This can't block anyway, so might as well attack. Yeah, Hurly Burly started this month. She sent me some of her... I'd seen some of her stuff in the past when she was traveling a little bit. She overlapped with stuff when I was in the open series. She sent me some lands to take a look at so I get a look and feel for them. They're really good stuff. Her foil, not foil process is really slick. They look really good. Real decks do have curves. You're not wrong. This is my pile of mythics. Don't you enjoy it? Don't you enjoy my pile of mythics, opponent? My pile of mythics, they love you. They want to hold you in their warming embrace. Tocatli on our guard stops River Sneak from going. Gosh, their deck really is just mono enter the battlefield effects. And Lyra gives Aurelia lifelink, just like... Alright. Add another mythic to the pile, chat. Add another mythic to the pile. So like, even if they chump here, they're taking 11 down to 3, and I gain 5. Goes the Merfolk player. Do 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 do. All right, well, 4-0. I'm kind of buying what this deck is selling. Like I said, I think I'm super excited to explore what these decks are doing with when Stomping Ground gets added to the mix, because like the clunkiness that this deck has had has definitely been related to having too many buddy lands, the tap lands in our hand, and like getting to cut Rootbound Crag for more shock lands sounds quite fantastic. Thanks everyone for hanging out today, by the way. This is going to be my last deck of the day. We're going to play 1 or 2 more matches with it before I call it. Remember, if you enjoy my stuff, I'm here streaming Magic Live Arena 5 days a week at a minimum, Monday through Friday, so be sure to give the channel a follow. You can also find a ton of my stuff on my website and my YouTube channel. Pretty much everything I stream gets archived, so if you're looking for more Angels decks, we played a lot of iterations of these in the past. You can find those by searching in those 2 places. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this on the draw. Yeah, the Sultai Merfolk deck really impressed me. I'm super excited to play with some of the Simic cards that it has. Alright, this is a slower hand that Mono Red could punish. If we don't hit a green source in our first 2 draws, we could just die. If we hit a green source next turn, we get to go 2, 3, 4, 5 though, and then this hand's really good, but this hand could definitely stumble and miss. And Mono Red is a deck that just like doesn't give you time to stumble, right? Like they run us down pretty aggressively. That's one of Declan's favorite decks too, Isabus. I would be very nothing but net. Just mono professionalism on this channel, chat. Yeah, I'd be very surprised if Dinosaurs doesn't get. There's probably going to be a good just green-red Dinos deck too with Gruul. Man, they didn't have the end step kill the Thorn Lieutenant either. That's really good for me. And I'm gonna be super conservative here and just not attack, I think. Am I? I take one on the backswing. Yeah, I'm gonna let's kill him. Let's just run him. We drew the perfect 4-drop too. That's so nutty. That's so fantastic. Sure. My sequencing here was suboptimal. I don't think it, but we're running real good, chat. Phoenix is a big one. Okay, so they're playing the more mid-range build. No point in attacking in here. Don't mind me. Just generating a 5-point swing. 10-point swing, 10-point swing. So I guess it's technically only 5. Is there a shock on top of their deck? Oh, it has trample. I forgot she gives herself trample. That's so good. All right, how good is Experimental Frenzy? That's always the question, right? This card's either gonna bury us or lose them the game. All right, they've drawn 4. They took the shock on the Lyra, hoping to hit another one off the top. Play Vivien blow up Frenzy. Nah, I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I think we're just gonna like beep beep. Yeah, we don't need to blow up the Frenzy. It's okay. It's okay, Chad. Everything's gonna be all right. Seems good, seems like a good clean plan. Submit. Is gaining 12 good against the red aggro deck? If yes, why? Please explain. Hey, OX101, thank you for the 4-month resub. I appreciate the third of you. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. This hand's not good enough on the draw, right? Is it? It's a little slow. They're kind of the bigger red deck, though. I'm gonna keep because they're the little bit bigger red deck. We could just get run over here, though. I don't actually have that many 2-drops in my deck. Like, I have 4 Tocatli and 4 Lava Coil, so I don't think I can mulligan that aggressively. Oh, they're stumbling. God bless. Not surprised to see the Wizards Lightning here. Like, they kept their low land count hand based on something, and like having removal spells to cast is likely that something. We'll play Aurelia out because she's a little bit harder to kill. 2/5 instead of an X4. This one doesn't die to Lava Coil, which is a big deal. Does die to fight with fire though. That's actually a very good draw for us. Because it means I get to do this plus this. And then next turn I can actually shock in and then attack for 5 and gain 5. Merry Christmas, Hammy. Yep. And I assume we're going to see an attack for 2 here and leave the Vanisho back. If that's the case, yep. I'm going to go to 7. Play Shalai. Have our 6th land to start activating her next turn, potentially, depending on what they play and what we have to do. Whirly boy up in the base, shooting rockets in her face. He's gonna feel real bad when they go like land Phoenix here, but I think I need to just take this off the table. This shuts off Vanisho, which is nice. Yep. All right, how good is the top of your deck? Yep. Yep. Maybe attacking there is, yeah, attacking there is probably wrong. I don't know, it puts them dead on board, right? Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna play another Shalai. That's definitely the line. Go. Yeah, okay, we've actually wound down a little bit too. We were over 1,500 for a lot of the stream today. So definitely really good numbers for Christmas. I wasn't sure how today was gonna go necessarily. It's like it's not gonna be good enough. The top of their deck was real good. That's fine, we get to take the next game on the play, right? Yep. Yep. That was pretty good. Pretty not bad. All right. Onward, upward, backward, forward. Experimental Frenzy's a heck of a drug. It's real good. It's one of the reasons why the white aggro deck is so good too. You just have games like that where it just like pulls you back into a game that you just have no business winning. Very powerful magic card. And that's really one of the appeals of this format, I think, is just like there's so many powerful cards and so many different color combinations and archetypes that you get to play with really strong magic in a lot of different ways. Now, I've not played any of the Pauper Undead Voodoo. I didn't have a computer with me over the weekend that could play Arena. And since I'm streaming, I'm just working through the donation queue since I've got a lot of decks in there. Do you have a Lightning Strike or Wizard Lightning? Looks like it. Lava Coil. All right. No block. Take 1. Really like to just draw lands for the next 3 turns. It's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. I'm leaving this back because if they play a removal spell on this, I'd like to double block their G2 Lava Runner. Woof. That's fine. We've been running pretty good with this deck so far, right? Like we're 4-0. We're bound to hit a bad beat at some point. That's probably the game. I'm not going to scry here because I need to just hit my lands naturally to have a chance. Even then, if we look to run like land here, I'm probably gonna die. I think I'm gonna die before I get to Lyra, most likely. Yeah, good game, opponent. Tough beat sometimes. All right, that's fine. Let's get the last one. Get the 5-1. Grab all of our gold prizes. It's going to be my last match of the afternoon. Will either be 5-1 or 4-2. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope everyone's having a great holiday season. I'll be back tomorrow and every other weekday this week, starting about 10 a.m., 9 or 10 a.m. in the morning. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at in the world. We're doing some Magic Online 1 or 2 leagues in the morning, followed by 4 or 5 hours of Arena every single day from now on. Seems very reasonable. Hopefully they're playing black-green. Adanto Vanguard is very good against most Steam Vents decks. What time zone? I am in Central Standard Cornfield time. So I'm an hour behind Eastern. When do I typically review / approve deck submissions? 3 or 4 evenings a week. Hey, Thread Menace, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Yep, yeah, I'm minus 6 UK. Second history is always the best. Right, there's technically a different acronym when we're in daylight savings time, right? I don't know. We do savings time here in the Illinois. We do in fact save all of the daylight. I'm gonna get spell pierced here and just vomit everywhere. I'm gonna get dive downed and vomit. You have nothing? I'm so confused right now. I'm so confused. Cornfield time, right? Yes, yep, my full schedule is on my website. Man, if we binding both Drakes, this game's like super over, right? Bind him up. If you live in cornfields, does that make Jake and Declan children of the corn? Probably. You know what's funny? So like, Christy and I are moving next month. Thanks for the amazing content. Here's to a better 2019. Thank you for the support, Cricket. I really appreciate it. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. What was I gonna say? So the new house that we're moving to, there's literally just a field behind the house. Like we actually like kind of live in like a neighborhood like suburbia right now, but the new house, while there's other houses around it, there's actually just a field behind it. Yes, yeah, we put an offer on a house. We're waiting. All the inspections came back good, and we're waiting on a couple of financing things to come through. But we should be all set once the paperwork gets pushed around. Ooh, main deck Niv. Okay. That is kind of terrifying. Hopefully I don't die from 14 here. I'm really hoping I don't die from 14 here. Yep, I'm hoping we can kill them through Niv. I'm hoping we can kill them through Niv. Like Charter Course here, this is, yep. That's really good. Here's hoping they pick up a giant pile of Drakes, agreed. Well, there's one Drake. Okay, I mean, some better lucky than good, right? What's going on, Baumga? Yeah, and the new house should be exciting. We're gonna have I'm gonna have space to build a studio in the basement, which is the thing I'm most excited about. Get to soundproof the walls so the kids don't have to hear the kids when they're running around upstairs and I want to work, and they don't have to listen to me being my loud self when I'm working and they want to sleep. Oh, I feel like we've set some kind of record today for number of times they've untapped with Niv and lost. All right, I need 2 cuts here. What are the cuts? Is it just Tristani? Yeah, I guess it's not super impressive and it's kind of clunky. Yeah, I'd buy that for $1. I like that swap. How long will I be off for when I move? 0 days. I'm planning to continue streaming full-time through the move. Took enough days off this month. Took enough sub count hits in December from small stints off to last a while. So I don't have cable. I have fiber internet, and the new house will also have fiber internet. It was a requirement that the new house had fiber internet as well. Thanks, Billy. Have a good one. And we're just moving across town, right? So like Jake starts kindergarten in the fall, and we wanted to change school districts from the house that we're in now, so. Have I tested the internet at the new house? No, but so the fiber is newer, so they'll run a new fiber line to the house when we get service there. Our hand is pretty good from the linear perspective, but if the opponent has a lot of Drakes, we could be in trouble. Although I guess history into history erases most things. I don't know, am I supposed to go history into history here? Or am I supposed to hit the Aurelia to play around Cannonade? I think I'm supposed to play the Aurelia to play around Cannonade here, actually. We've not seen Cannonade, but most of these decks play it because their white weenie matchup is pretty bad. Playing Aurelia also means I get to make this attack this turn, which is good for us. I think you're supposed to board Cannonade in most matchups where they have History of Benalia, but I don't know. I could see that being the case where they don't board it in. I don't know, like, I feel like I have the option to play around it, and there's very little downside to playing around it, so I'm going to. Like, if it cost me something to play around Cannonade there, I probably wouldn't. But because, like, it's mostly free, I think I should. This turn is so good for us. Our hand has been very good. They're trying to play a control deck right now the way their draw is lined up, and they're just not in a good spot to be a control deck. I think I'm scrying it upkeep here. We're looking for a binding or a lava coil, right? I'm gonna play Shalai here. Because this way, if I hit a land next turn, I can activate her and then attack everything into this Crackling Drake. Merry Christmas, Technopunk. The fact that we're at 18 here is really nice. It means we can take a hit from this too. Yep. Well, that's a little unfortunate. I was hoping to scry during my upkeep there. I guess it worked out since I drew a good 5-drop. Is Lyra good here? If so, why? Please explain. The 5th point of toughness on these creatures is just so critical as well. Like, obviously, if they have Bacon Bolt, she dies, but if they don't have Bacon Bolt, like, Lava Coil does not do it. Yes, I really am Finks. In fact, something I need to plug that I need to make sure I plug a little bit more often is that in preparation for the upcoming awesomeness from the new set, I'm reducing the price I ask for standard build-arounds because I love brewing during the new format as well. So, standard build-arounds are going to be only $25 donation. So if you want something built around a specific, a specific card or set of cards or idea, for 25, I will build that archetype and then play it on stream like I normally do. Yeah, dive down's real good. I was shilling and talking at the same. Don't walk and shill, chat. Don't walk and shill. All right. So they get to duplicate the Crackling Drake again next turn and hit me down to 12. I get to put 2 blockers out though, potentially, which is nice. I wanted to get a hit in, chat. That I exiled the untapped one. I wanted to hit them for 5. And like they had quasi duplicate regardless, so even if there was a Drake under here, they'd still be able to add another one into play here thanks to quasi duplicate. No, I'm not gonna play in the Pauper event most likely. It's not really my cup of tea. I think the green-black zombie deck isn't quite very good. I think if you want to play something similar to the green-black zombie deck, you should take a look at Gabriel Nassif's green-black undergrowth archetype. I think that ended up being like a little bit better version of what the zombie deck was trying to do. Last time we played the zombie deck, it left a little bit to be desired. The zombie deck was something we worked on very early in the season, and then it just like as things got more efficient. That's lethal. All right, game 3 on the plate. Yeah, dead to the next sweeper. Yeah, I think I'm happy with how I sideboarded. Just like have a little bit better mix next time. Our hand was really strong too. Maybe not playing the second history on 4 was wrong. I could have potentially been wrong. I'm hoping, it looks like with the Orzhov mechanic especially, there should be a sweet like aristocrat style deck, like a deck that's based around like sacrificing creatures and stuff like that with the use of making spirits. That should be pretty sweet. That's probably true, Xenu. It's a good thing to pick up. Because this hand has 2 lava coils in it, we can afford to miss a land drop and still play a game of Magic, I think. So I'm gonna keep this. Hands like this really make me miss the Adventurous Impulse that we played in the other build, though. That card adds a lot of consistency to these style of decks. Yep. This is what you're signing up for with hands like this sometimes. All right, it's at least castable, so we don't have to discard. Last glass half full. Them's the beat sometimes. Magic's a game with a lot of variance in it, and sometimes the resource system just means that you just don't play. Just kind of how it goes. We're not done and over yet. The opponent's missed a land drop as well here. We got a couple of removal spells. This was a very good draw. It was a lot of fun, Ian. If you're looking for videos that are just a good time and you can stomach watching Magic Online, the Bogles video that I posted on Sunday is just A+ Magic entertainment. Just like as far as like memes are concerned. Wow, they missed their 4th land drop even after drawing 2. It's real good for us. 3rd land unlocks half our hand, so that's great. Go ahead. There's more where that came from. Ding, ding, ding. Not out of it yet, Chip. Not out of it. Some of us were counting this down, but we are not out. Smush. They could have another dive down here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So now this can't attack in because it's a 6/7. Woof. That's probably gonna be lights out. I guess if I hit a land here and Vivien gets to shoot this down. All right. They have a spell pierce here.
Okay, so you've got
Oh, so close. The highs and the lows of Magic the Gathering contained in this match. Thought we were clawing back into it. Yeah, it's a little bit too rough. Game's opponent. All right, we hit the 4/2. One thing I'm not sure on in this list is one, like I said, I really liked the inclusion of, it's the second time we've gotten that one today. I liked the inclusion of Adventurous Impulse in the other list we played, but this list probably doesn't have enough green mana to make that happen. I think Ixalan's Binding is probably worse than playing Conclave Tribunal in this deck. Anytime you have 8 or more 2-mana creatures, it's just like, Conclave Tribunal is just one of the best cards in this format. The Convoke mechanic on it is just so powerful in terms of generating tempo, where you get to like add to your board while simultaneously removing your opponent's thing. Is just very, very strong. I think Remorseful Cleric's probably just not very good. I think this effect isn't very reasonable against most things in Standard. I think I'd rather just like have more removals. I think I'd probably like play 2 Conclave Tribunal here and then like play another one in another one of these slots or something like that. The main board, Tocatli Energurt, I could take or leave. I think in a diverse format, I'd probably rather have the Lava Coil, but Tocatli's fine too, especially for bringing like Conclave Tribunal in. Having more 2-drops is not a bad thing. That's going to be it for me for today, folks. Remember, if you want to find more of my own personal content, be sure to check out my website. You can click Standard, our videos, and then Standard on there. You can also find things sorted by deck list by clicking Standard. YouTube channel has a lot as well. If you prefer to hang out on Twitch, I'm going to find someone else streaming Magic Arena to host here shortly, and I'll be back tomorrow morning. I believe I'll be starting with more Arena about 11:30, and I'm going to be doing some Magic Online before that with some Modern, probably starting about 9 a.m. So thanks for watching, folks. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that jazz, and hopefully I'll see most of you around tomorrow. Everybody have a good one.